Welcome to Tech News of the Week with your host, Constance Fickelman.
Welcome to Tech News of the Week. This is our weekly tech news podcast where Chris and I talk about 4 interesting stories that we found. Chris, why don't you take us away?
Do not, we repeat, do not use the ISP provided router in your home.
Nope.
This has been discussed on the show before, but it bears repeating. The router that your ISP provides to you is terrible. It is likely years out of date from a software and software security perspective, making it vulnerable to hackers. It is also probably phoning home to the ISP about all the devices on your network and your activity on those devices. It is also, and this one was fun. It is also possibly infected with a colony of roaches.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be fun for an unboxing video on the Tick and the Talk?
No.
All of this reminder comes from a nice collated website that I found called routersecurity.org, which has a good summary of the whys of avoiding ISP routers, but also some evidence of the shoddy to the point of malfeasance behaviors of the companies in question. And let's be real here. A good router is not expensive, and they are not that hard to install and configure. We here at Chaos Lever highly recommend that you at least consider it. Also look up mesh routing, because that's fun.
AWS going on AI spending spree to cheer itself up. Amazon released their Q4 results on February 6th, and everything was going up and to the right. But is it going up and to the right fast enough? Apparently not for investors, as Amazon's stock took a bit of a dip. AWS growth was at 19% year over year. 19%. And yet, that fell short of analysts' estimates. I should note that both Google and Microsoft also missed analyst targets on their earnings calls, and also made a big profit. So what's a sad Andy Jassy to do? Go on a spending spree, of course. Off to the AI store we go. AWS spent $26 billion in CapEx in Q4 and plans to invest another $100 billion on CapEx in 2025. The vast majority of that will be on AI-related hardware. They're even changing the life cycle of their gear from 6 to 5 years to cycle out faster for better AI support. Jassy basically said they would have spent even more last year, but there have been supply chain issues from chip manufacturers, aka NVIDIA. He claims those shortages will end in the second half of the year, which means that NVIDIA has told them where they are in the line. In the press release was a list of major features and enhancements for AWS last year, and of the 14 bullet points, 11 were AI specific. What impact will more efficient models and approaches like those pioneered on DeepSeek have on Amazon spending? I suspect very little. You'll just get more bang for your buck.
Phishing tests designed to educate users on scammy emails are getting mean. So you surely know about phishing tests, right? These are calculated fake emails that are sent by your company to see if you click on them. And if you do, you get your hand slapped. The whole idea here is to educate users about what's a bad email, what to look for, how to avoid getting hit by these types of things. Blah, 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 blah. Well, apparently, the emails that are getting sent by these companies are getting meaner. That's actually the word they used. So, like I said, these tests have been a thing for a while now, built into cybersecurity education programs that companies do. And it makes sense. Better for a user to click on a fake email that gives them that scolding rather than to click on a real fake email that empties their bank account. Recently, though, the Wall Street Journal reports that messages that are being sent in these fake emails have been, well, people are calling them problematic. Like, for example, a message about an Ebola outbreak at a nearby college, or something announcing that your yearly bonus is being rescinded. This, as the kids say, is pissing some people off. So, what to do about this? On the one hand, you don't want an adversarial relationship with your users. On the other hand, these messages appear to be working. One reported campaign that was, quote, not well received, but received lots of clicks, offered Philadelphia area users free Eagles tickets. You will probably not be surprised to know that plenty of people went ahead and clicked on that one.
Oh, now that is me. OpenAI O3 model thinks it could help you write malware. Well, that didn't take long. Just days after OpenAI dropped its fancy new O3 mini model, boasting a shiny new security feature called deliberative alignment, a security researcher promptly broke it. Aaron Shimony, an expert at poking holes in AI defenses, tricked O3 Mini into helping him exploit a critical Windows security process. OpenAI had assured everyone this time that for sure their model would reason through tricky safety scenarios instead of blindly following bad prompts. Turns out all it took was some clever wording and a historian disguise to get past the guardrails. Chimney posed as a historian researching the history of malware and code injection for the lsas.exe process. ChatGPT eventually reasoned its way into giving Aaron pseudocode that would perform said code injection. Chimney, who regularly writes tests for LLMs to test for vulnerabilities, notes that OpenAI's models are especially easy to manipulate with natural language trickery, unlike Meta's Llama, which has different weak spots. Despite OpenAI's PR spin that the leaked exploit wasn't that serious because, you could Google similar stuff, Chimney sees a simple fix: better classifiers to catch blatantly harmful requests. Maybe OpenAI should start doing more internal testing before shoving things out the door, but that would slow down their releases. And I'm not sure if you heard about this whole DeepSeek thing. We might have just done a whole episode on that. You can check that out. That's it. We're done now. Go away. Bye.